and the truth lives here. We live, Talk to Me Tuesday. Glad you are coming through. We have a beautiful topic today. We want to talk about how to save that hairline. A lot of men are having issues with that hairline. So, just want to explain, get my notes here, that there's 3 layers of the skin. There's the epidermis, which is the outer layer. That's the layer that's protecting you from the environment. Then you have the dermis, and then you have the subcutaneous fat layer, which provides insulation. And then the dermis is like the middle layer, which provides the structure. All right. Thank you. I appreciate the hearts. So those are the 3 layers of skin. Now, just to kind of let you guys know my sources, because I've been questioned on this. So these are my 3 sources that I'm getting this information. The International Dermal Institute. There's a person, she goes by the name Dr. Diana Howard. And then the second one is the International Journal of Toxicology. And then the third source is my common sense. So those are my 3 sources. Just for reference, if you guys want to go back and kind of just Google and put any of these things in, and then, you can verify for yourself. So one of the things that we put, whether it's a barber or whether it's ourselves, whether we're using aftershave, we're using rubbing alcohol, we throw that onto our hairline or even our beard line after we done shaved, after we done used clippers. Now, the effects of rubbing alcohol is what? Drying, which is very flammable. It erodes the surface of your skin. It increases oiliness, believe it or not, because your body begins to communicate that, oh, you need more oil at the surface because it's dry. So it increases oiliness for people who are using rubbing alcohol to combat oiliness. Actually, you're increasing it. And then fourth, it induces pro-aging. So for a lot of people who may want to look younger, when you're using rubbing alcohol on your face and so forth, it will make you look a whole lot older. And then it disrupts your skin from renewing itself, from replenishing itself. So it disrupts your skin ability to actually renew itself. Those are the 5 things in terms of rubbing alcohol when you're using it on your hairline or even on your beard line or even underneath your beard as well. When you start using razors and clippers, pretty much they are a version of exfoliation, but they are a harsher version of exfoliation. You have lighter versions, medium, and then you have you have very aggressive type of exfoliations, and the razors and clippers will be known as aggressive type of exfoliations. So once you start using the razors and the clippers, you're having constant stress. You're delivering constant stress on the skin. The second thing, there's visible signs of trauma, right? When we've gotten a lineup or even our beard, we'll have whelps. It'll be red. There'll be a lot of inflammation. We'll get ingrown hairs, razor burns. These are the things that we're experiencing after we're using the razors and the clippers. And then the third thing razors and clippers do, that it compromises that layer of protection. And then the fourth thing, it exposes your skin, your follicles, to chemicals that are on the outside of the environment. Once you take a razor blade or clippers to the line, even to the face area there, you're taking off that protective layer, and then you're adding flame to the fire when you begin to throw on the alcohol, which then does what? It dries out after you done remove that protective layer. Thus, it begins to dry out your follicles. And then the last thing, like I said, inflammation. Once it causes inflammation, once you start getting inflammation, you get what the next step would be scarring. Once the scarring starts to set in, then you get fibrosis. Fibrosis, if you ever notice anyone who has a bald head and it's shiny, it's very, very shiny. Well, that's what fibrosis does to your hair, to your scalp rather. It makes it super shiny, because over time it begins to kill the follicle, thus destroys the hair from growing. So please definitely look up fibrosis. Like I said, it gives it a very shiny look, you'll find, and most guys who are bald. And even when my line was getting peeled back, right, I started to see that shininess. I didn't know what it was, but you can always tell the difference between your facial skin and then when you look at the part where your line has been pushed back, you will see that shininess. Hopefully this hasn't happened to you yet, but if you continue to practice these different grooming techniques, or you allow these different grooming, no shots to any barbers or any hairstylists, no one out there. This is not a shot. This is just what I'm just sharing with you guys. If you continue to practice those grooming habits, and if you already don't have fibrosis, then over time you will get it. And I know a lot of guys, they want to stay young forever, right? Keep the alcohol, razors and clippers off your hairline if you want to save your hairline.